Hey everyone, it is Mallory Burnett with Remax Temple-Belton, and I'm joined today with Katie Murphy with Monteith Title and Abstract. And I have a couple questions that I wanted to run by her about title, and specifically, what is title insurance and why do I need title?
So title insurance is really often misunderstood. It works a little different than the other insurances that we're really familiar with, like homeowners insurance and flood insurance. But the house that you buy is going to be one of the single largest investments that you're ever going to make. And so the point of title insurance is not to guarantee that you're going to have clear title, but just to say that if you do have a problem in the future, you're going to have some protection to help that huge investment that you've made.
Okay, so what does a title company do?
So the title company plays a lot of different roles in the transaction, but they are the go-between. So we've got buyers and sellers, we've got a lender, agents on both sides of the transaction typically, and so they're the one that's ensuring that we have everything that we need as far as documentation goes for closing, the funds that they're going to be holding and receiving, as well as dispersing once the transaction funds. But they're also going to be doing the title search, ensuring that we have clear title so that we can get to that closing point to begin with.
So why is a survey important to me as a consumer?
Yeah, so a lot of times you'll see in the contract that is a survey going to be provided or not, and it is really important. It's important to make sure that the survey is depicting the land and location of the property that you're buying, as well as show any easements, setback lines, anything that's going to limit the buyer's use of the land or their intended use. So for instance, if you're buying a property and you are ready to put a pool in that summer for your kids, and then you look at that survey and there's a huge setback line or a building line that's not going to allow you to do that, that would be important to know prior to buying it for your intention of the use of the property. So you really want to make sure any survey that you are using matches what you're actually seeing on the ground level. If there been anything added, anything taken away, and just make sure that it's accurately reflected on there.
Now, as a buyer or seller, what should I bring to closing?
So, most important thing, when you come into our office for closing day, we're all going to celebrate, but we're going to first ask for your government issued ID. So that could be a driver's license, that's the most common one, but it could also be a passport, a CDL license, a concealed handgun license. It doesn't necessarily have to be a driver's license. The important thing though is that it's government issued and that it is not expired. So for it to be a valid license and not expired.
Okay.
And then you're also going to want to make sure anyone that needs to be signing documents. So typically if you're buying your primary home and you have a spouse, you probably want to make sure they're with you or that they can come in at some point and execute documents. If you are using a power of attorney or if you have any kind of documents that are going to need to be recorded at the time of the closing, after funding, then you want to make sure you bring those originals with you as well.
Okay.
And then the last thing you want to make sure, so if you have to bring funds to closing, say you're needing to bring money to closing, if it is $1,500 or over, it needs to be certified funds. So that's going to be a cashier's check, or you can initiate a wire and have that set up for your bank to send. So those are the funds. If it's under $1,500, you're welcome to bring and write a personal check.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for answering those questions and
Absolutely.
joining me today.
Thank you.
And I will put all of Monteith, all of their social media links on the screen right now if you're watching on IGTV or YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, I will tag them in this video. Thank you so much.
So much.
And we'll see y'all later.